Hey guys, how are you doing? It is nighttime here, whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I hope it is going wonderful. I'm doing great, and I appreciate you asking. Hey, a lot of times I get messages going, hey, what was that song? I never heard that song before. Or on the other end of the spectrum, why are you always playing music in some of your videos? And, well, number one, my mom always told me, hey man, when you happen to be a little more fortunate than some other folks, you need to share with them. So, hey, I pull up next to some of you guys at stoplights, and bless your hearts, I hear what you're listening to. So, as Tyler likes to say in some of his videos, you ain't doing it right. Hey, but also when you live in the live music capital of the world, sometimes you just need to share a little bit. This is a band called the Fabulous T-Birds. When I used to go and watch them a couple times a year, Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother used to be the lead guitar player for him. But I guess we need to get down to business. This is going to be a quick one. That one, I promise you. I know I say that all the time, but this time I mean it. I absolutely mean it. And I was reading in the Discord of the Crypto Hashtank group, and I saw a post in there. I can't remember if it was by Mike or Jack, but it was something that really made my head start to wander. And here we are a couple of days later, and I thought I'd share it with you after I've gone through a whole lot of things in my head. So let's go ahead and jump into it, all right? What if what we thought we knew, we didn't know at all? I mean, not as far as like, Morpheus and the Matrix and everything, but what if things were not as we thought? Kind of the forensics of a scam that I want to look at now. Again, not to be insulting to anybody who might be a developer or a programmer or anything like that, but we're going to take a look at the life of a project, and we're going to basically divide it up into a week. Obviously, it takes more than one day to do this, or another day to do that, or a week to do this, but just for the sake of accountability, we're going to break it up into a week, okay? So let's say that you're a scam developer. On Sunday, or however long this takes, we're going to give it, for example purposes here, the value of one day. But on Sunday, okay, you're going to create the blockchain. And again, how much work goes into that? I don't know. I guess some more than others. You're going to develop the QT wallet. And if it's a master noding coin and how, the block rewards and all that, the QT wallet, to me, my understanding appears to be pretty much a plug and play. You fill in the blanks and press a button and bingo. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm oversimplifying. I've been accused of that before. But you're going to create your website, and you're going to create your white paper. Now, a lot of times the white papers are copy and pasted, maybe from a previous project. I mean, ask Justin Sun. He's probably the foremost authority on that. But so you're going to get all this stuff together, get it to roll out. And then on Monday, you're going to put together your Bitcoin talk, your announcement. You're going to announce that you're doing a masternode pre-sale. Now, this is the new scam that's out there right now, what we're going to go over here. So you're going to announce your masternode pre-sale. You're going to pre-mine. You're going to have an allotment set aside for the developer wallets, supposedly to pay for masternode online and exchange listings, because that's supposed to be good for everybody, right? Now, is it real, or is it a fake pre-sale? I mean, I guess that's gonna depend on the project, obviously. But for the sake of this experiment, we're gonna set all the good projects. We're gonna set them to the side, and we're only gonna talk about the scams, and we're gonna change the paradigm. And again, thanks to Jack and Mike over at Crypto Hashtank for giving me this nightmare. But what if there was no pre-sale at all? What if it was only an illusion? And what I mean by that is, what if they come over here, they make their Bitcoin talk announcement, they announce that they're doing masternode pre-sales. And how we envision it is, here's the developer. Everybody buys a masternode or two. They build their masternode. They start getting rewards. They start selling their rewards. They get their initial investment out. Maybe they build a second masternode and a third masternode, and hallelujah, they live happily ever after, right? That's how, in my mind, when I first started at work, my eyes are open now. What if, again, like I said, we're gonna change the paradigm. What if there was an announcement of a masternode pre-sale, and there was an announcement that this masternode pre-sale had sold out? But what if there wasn't actually a pre-sale at all? What if they just came in and announced, hey, 7 more to go, 5 more to go, 3 more to go, sold out, and they didn't sell a single one? What would be, because for me, I think, okay, for scam projects, how my mind worked was they sold these all, let's say there were 20. They sold 20 and anywhere from a quarter of a Bitcoin to a Bitcoin each, and then they put the Bitcoin in the wallet and you never heard from them again. To me, that's how I thought the scam was going to work, but things have changed. What seems to be a pretty common thing out there now is they don't sell any at all, but they make all this hoopla that they did, and then they take all those coins that were supposedly sold in the pre-sale, and at this point all the rewards are coming 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour, and they're taking all those rewards and they're putting them, and they're making new masternodes themselves. So the statistics in masternodes online is looking pretty good as far as the number of masternodes out there. You see what happens to look like a pretty healthy ecosystem. But if all these masternodes in different wallets, set up with different wallets, and all these masternodes, maybe they get the masternodes and they set them all up, and you see 100, 200 masternodes by the time that it actually comes on market, and you're thinking, wow, this thing's looking pretty good. Look at all the excitement. Maybe it's real people, maybe it's bots that are coming out and making the announcement and getting everybody hyped up in 10 days till we get on the exchange. And again, here's the scary part. What if all these masternodes are the only masternodes in existence and they all belong to one person but under different wallet addresses? And so on. And so on. And by the time that it actually hits the market, all of the coins, maybe they sold 1 or 2, if it was a half a Bitcoin each, maybe they sold 1 or 2, but the rest of these, what if they all belong to the developer? Everybody's got their eye on that magical developer wallet from which they're paying exchange fees and stuff like that. And everybody's got their eyeballs on that, but they're looking over here when they should be looking here. And it finally comes out on the exchange. Now I happen to have Safe Insure on here. Don't read anything into that. I just knew that it had a deep enough order book where I could show this example. What if all of these sell orders belong to the same person? And what if there wasn't enough excitement yet? Because people are going, yeah, let's see what happens with the volume. And let's say this guy has 1 Bitcoin. Hell, he could do it with less, I reckon. But what if he had 1 Bitcoin and all he kept doing, aside from the people from the outside that did come in and buy, but what if, and again, don't read anything into this, but what if this 25 Bitcoin in sales that day? What if it was that same Bitcoin broken up into bite-sized pieces, and all this guy was really ever doing is taking the same Bitcoin over and over and buying that same masternode coin over and over and over? In other words, of that 25 Bitcoin, what if 95% of it was that same Bitcoin over and over and over and over again to drive up the volume, which would drive up excitement? which would drive people to the exchange to go buy it. That's a scary thought, ain't it? That's, to me, I mean, why would they do that? Well, hey, same reason that car thieves will take a car to the chop shop and part it out. I guess there's more money that way. I mean, I was doing the math a little bit earlier, and let's just head right here in the middle. Where's one that's got a crazy ROI? All right, here's a really good ROI, showing $85,000 in volume, right? So what if for the first couple of days that was all him just taking his money out of his left pocket and putting it in his right pocket? And then it gained momentum, and then this 85 to 120,000 to 200,000 or whatever, wherever this number goes, then that's the actual public coming in and buying all the same coins from the same person. Why would somebody do this? Well, I can make 16 Bitcoin one time by selling the masternodes the way I said I was going to, or I can make 10 Bitcoins a day. I can still pay for the exchange listing out of the developer wallet, because as far as you know, that's a separate entity. But what if this was all coming from the same guy or same group of guys? To me, that's a little scary, kind of nightmare scenario. All right, so that's Sunday, that's Monday. On Tuesday, we're just going to have tacos, because it's Taco fucking Tuesday. Yes, it is, at Scotty's House of Tacos. All right, so still Taco Tuesday. All right, so Wednesday, now the momentum's kicking in. We're going to sit back and start collecting all the sales revenue, and if it ain't doing what I want it to do, I'll just keep taking money out of my left pocket, throwing it on the exchange, buying my own coins from a different wallet, from a different exchange account, and keep driving that volume. People are going to see that masternode ROI, and eventually they're going to come. Every now and then, hey, I'll dump down on the market to attract newer investors if the price gets too high. You ever see this? If you've ever been in one of these masternode projects, inevitably this right here. Hey, somebody liquidated 3 masternodes and sold in the middle of the night and dumped the price. We can't help that as the team. Well, I reckon that you could if you were the only person selling. But how many times do you see that right there? I'd say every time. How many times have you seen, oh, we had some people get scammed in the group. They gave away their private keys. They got scammed by somebody. Don't ever. We will never DM you first. Now, again, are some of those legit? Yeah, actually, I was talking with a fella earlier who it did happen to, but what if some of those are fake? Again, to give an excuse for when volume dies down or when the price dumps. And again, what if that dump was from the very people anyway? And basically, and inevitably, what do you see? You see people in the Telegram groups. Oh, come on, everybody, set your cells at X amount of Satoshis and quit giving them away. And so many times when people are the ones that are screaming at the loudest, are the ones that are doing it out the back door anyway, right? What's that? Thou dost protest too much, right? You see it just way too often, and it's a copy paste, right? So anyway, that's what we do on Wednesday. On Thursday, hey, if the price isn't growing organically as much as you'd like to see it, you reach back into your profits and you do some deep market buys to really move the needle to bring more new investors. And hey, if you happen to be buying some of those from people that actually do own the coin by now, that's great, because what's going to happen? They're going to tell their friends and they're going to bring them, and then you got somebody else that you can dump on, right? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Makes you think though, don't it? Sure makes you think. So on Friday, hey, the blockchain is starting to show some signs of breaking down, because, well, these guys weren't perhaps we're not the greatest coders anyway, and it starts breaking down. You start seeing the blockchain stop periodically, so they provide a temporary fix, kind of like the guys you see who fix their muffler with a coat hanger because, hey, I don't need it to last till the next inspection. I just need it to get me home, right? Just long enough so that we can drain every plug nickel out of this project from these suckers that we can. And then Saturday, one last extended dump, or all at once. All of a sudden they stop responding in their social media accounts. They pack their anonymous bags and they take their anonymous asses to the next gig. It's all lather, rinse, repeat. And they put some of those remaining coins, or all of those remaining coins, on the market and hope that the price rebounds. Maybe it does, but who really cares at this time, right? Again, I can make 10 Bitcoin a day. For me, I'm thinking if I'm a scammer like this, I'm going to have the thing run for at least a month, maybe 2. I mean, you look back at that EBCR, that exit scam. I mean, they went to a pretty great detail to lay out how their project was going to work, and you can gain this and gain that, and they made it look like they were going out and flying all over the world, shaking hands, making partnerships, when all they really did was set up an affiliate referral link to the different accounts. And then again, hey, stop responding, go away, people start complaining, doesn't really matter, you're gone. And since you're anonymous, you go right down the street and you do it all fucking again. Every day. Now this is every day, Sunday through Saturday. You're communicating in your Discord, discouraging dumping below certain prices, offering words of encouragement about what's on the horizon, chastising those who are dumping when you're the one dumping. And you even get some of the community members who actually are in now, and they paid more than, bless their hearts, they paid more than they should have. And now all of a sudden, because they want it to happen so much, that they're in there defending these motherfuckers. They're going, hey, come on, these guys are on the up and up, and this project's got huge potential. Look what's going to be going on in the future. And a lot of times it keeps other people, keeps their hands in their pockets, and they end up not selling, and they end up getting caught. How can you tell the good ones from the bad ones? Man, I don't know. It's hard. It ain't as easy as telling the difference between what the rest of the world calls football and what football actually is.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright, and I pity any girl with me tonight. I feel charming.
Now, it's pretty easy to tell the difference between real football and soccer. But hey, we need to get back on the job here. So how do you tell the difference between the good ones and the scam ones? I don't know, guys. It's getting harder and harder to tell. Well, one real easy way is if they don't have a reward schedule on their website, if they go, oh yeah, here it's in Discord, okay, probably a scam. Now, is there money to be made on scam projects? And the answer to that is yes, there is. Like for instance, this is one now, and I kind of think this is a scam. I already got in, got my money. I already made my money. I'm already up about another 50%. But what I did, I went back to my tried and true method. It came on the market. It jumped way up. I waited till the pre-sale dump. I actually got it over here. I got it right about there for about 23 cents, 22 cents. And I grabbed me a handful and I sold my rewards, and it was paying rewards every hour. So I was able to get those rewards, and I sent them over to the exchange and I sold them. I got my original investment out. I made some money on it, and then the price, it doesn't look like it here, but it went up. It went up considerably. Now, unfortunately, this is where some people got in. So I would say, how do you make money on the scam ones? Well, if you can get in after the dump and still get in when the rewards are about once an hour, and then when the rewards are stretch out to about every 3 hours, maybe it's time to think about getting out. Now, these are for the scam ones. How can you tell? It depends on the exchanges they're in. Depends on, guys, it's hard. It's hard to tell the difference. So since we can't tell the difference, we get in, we get our initial investment out, and then if we want to sell when that price doubles up or whatever, we take our money and go. If we left some money on the table, that's okay. Don't be looking in the rearview mirror. Keep moving on. What ifs will kill you. It'll make your life shorter if you're always looking back at what you could have done. Profit is profit. So take your money and get out. Maybe you want to leave a footprint there, which is what I did with this one. So while I lost an opportunity cost, I didn't lose money. And if it continues to, if it bounces back and it turns out not to be a scam, great. If it is a scam, it's okay. I already made my money. The only thing I lost was opportunity cost. Just got to be careful, guys. Got to be really, really careful. All right, last thing. Now, this one is not related to what we've been talking about in this video about scams. However, this is an opportunity for you guys if you want to make some money, not investment advice. One of the Chico Army members sent me a link to this. I looked at it and I was kind of hesitant at first, and I accidentally, and whoever you are, if you're out there, my brother, I'm sorry, I did not do this on purpose. But I deleted the message and I couldn't retrieve it. And then after doing my research, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. But here's what it is. It is it's an earn drop, not an airdrop. And you got to be a citizen of these countries right here, U.S., Canada, EU, Australia, or New Zealand to participate in the round that we're in right now. And it's not an airdrop, it's an earn drop. Now, there is a KYC with this one. If you're dead set against KYCs, don't do this one. However, in less than about 5 minutes, I earned 100 NRG. In less than 5 minutes, basically just doing these tasks. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, retweet this, retweet that. And then as soon as I got credit for them, I went in and deleted it so not to bother my friends. Now this one says it's going to be paid out and whenever it gets paid out. But so I earned 100 NRGs in about 5 minutes. It's priced right now at $230. So hey, do the math. That's $230 worth of coins. The highest this coin's ever been, I guess we're at it right now. But this coin has been on the market since September of 2018. So this is not one of these just newly arrived scam coins. And we're right here right now at $2.30. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, I'm going to leave you a referral link down in the bottom. And when you use that, you also gain bonus coins as well. Hey, I get some as well. And I'll, depending on how many we get, we'll give some of those away here on the channel as well to you guys, because I appreciate you. All three of you that ever seem to like the videos. I get like 60 views, and looks like the average is you're watching about 70% of the video, which, hey, sometimes I get a little long-winded, and bless your heart for staying as long as you do. Really appreciate it. But, hey, give me some likes out there every now and then, will you? It kind of helps the channel a little bit. I'm not a pay channel, which is why I don't mind doing these copyright and everything. Quite frankly, it's an ego thing. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link of this down in the description. If you can help me out, it'll help the channel. And like I said, I'll give them away here on the channel as well. Really appreciate those that tuned in. I'm trying to get the videos shorter. I still don't write a script because I don't have time, and so sometimes I do ramble and I have to edit it down. But you guys take care. Be careful. And I'll leave this link for the energy earn drop down in the description. Y'all rock on. Now this was made by a Chico Army member, a buddy of mine by the name of Forza, who also has a Telegram group by the name of Prestige Crypto Masterminds. Enjoy.
Why don't we get drunk and screw